How you guys doing? This is Martin. You know me from my series, How to Pay Off Your Car Loan in 36 Months Without Giving Up Starbucks or Being Cheap. Looking at my unemployment tips where I gave you to pay the 2101 to 2117. Thought I'd give you a little, start and play around with my recording. Thought I'd show you a little bit of the fire in the mountains. Got Kobe dying, George Floyd, COVID, earthquakes, now fire. The only thing left now is the aliens to come and attack us. Perfect, you know. I was on the way to work, you know. I forgot with all the schools closed, there's no need for bus drivers to take the schools students back and forth to work. I remember when I get on the 215 at the orange exit, all the cars would be slowing down because of the buses. Man, there's no more. I realized there's no yellow buses on the road. There's the Gray Goose, like Snoop calls the sheriff bus, but I don't see no regular buses, man. So, and like I told you before, what was gonna happen? All of a sudden, the aid thing stalled. Of course, it was gonna stall. There's no incentive to get that passed. I don't know what made people even think it was gonna get passed. It'll get hung up in the Senate, and that'll be it until after the election. So you guys can do whatever you want to do, go crazy, have fun with it, but that's all going to be hung up till after the election. So now that that's done, I have my $397, $697, $797 programs for you. Look at those programs. I call that my Get Out the Stack program. That's the programs you guys are going to use to 20 million people out of work. So those are the programs you're going to use to help teach you guys some skills. Also have my $25, $75, $125 program. That's for helping you pay off your car loan. You know, they have car loans now for 72 months, 6 years. I mean, when I had my car back in 1995, man, I remember when I got laid off, it was like $293. Had to pay for my Nissan Pathfinder. And then on top of it, only $1,440 in unemployment, man. What can you do? I mean, now you guys got $600 bonus. You got the $1,200 bonus. Take some of that money and invest it in yourself, man. This is the time to invest. That's why I also have my 25, 75. Just think, for me, I have a car loan that's $384. I'm paying an extra $16 a month. I will reduce the 60-month loan down to 57, 56 months in like 5 years. I want to get out from under that car payment. What else did I talk to you about? Go get some skills, man. Invest in your skills, man. I know a lot of you guys invested in your cars. I'm seeing people on the freeway driving all fast. And that's great, but then they probably live like 2 or 3 living at home with mom and dad over in one of these houses I call a COVID house. So you got 6 or 7 cars parked in front. Don't tell them what's going on there, man. What you bringing home. That's what I'm saying. This is a time where people are retreating. You know, like I'm at the park today. People walking the dogs. Need to be working, but it's just better to take care of the dog to confront that failure. And I don't want that to be you, man. That's why I have these programs. You're right. The reason I want you to ask for money is that money is what makes the world go round. If you want social justice, you need money, man. People don't seem to realize that. The car is cool. It's nice to have a nice car. But you want to have a nice car living across from a warehouse, right across the street? Like, for example, when it says, just think of like where that first pole is right there. If that was a big warehouse wall, and then in between, that's the street that you live on, where my car is, where you have like the trucks go through and semis going through every day. Is that how you have, man? And yeah, I was like, today I was like kind of like going through San Bernardino, have all these nice cars going to a gym downtown San Bernardino, like probably 100 homeless people up the street. You can work out, but you're gonna park your Mercedes and stuff there. I just look at people and look at some of the stuff they do, man. That's what's called being car rich, cash poor, man. It's like I had enough to pay for my car, but now I'm gonna cut all my other expenses. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to shop at grocery outlet, Aldi, be like the couple I saw in that Mercedes, going to the 99-cent store to shop? Don't let that be you. If you have a car loan, do that program. $25, $75, $125 program. Especially if you're interviewing for a job, you're out of work. Have that. You need to get. You don't want to have that car note hanging over your head. You want to be able to like, hey, I have my car paid up 1 or 2 months, where I can make my payment, so you don't have to pay me. I don't have to be worried about me bugging you. If something gets delayed, I understand. You can give me a partial payment. I want to just get in here, help you out, learn my skills, get back to work. That's what the employer wants to hear. What kind of problem you can solve. I know you don't have any money, man. I know you've been laid off, but now what have you been doing to get yourself back to work? That's going to be the big separator, because like I told you before, everything's going to be slow now. There's no back to school sales. There's no buses taking school students anywhere right now. It's all shut down. And then like the dumb unions, teacher unions, I don't know, the crazy talk. We don't want any charter schools and this and that and the other. Well, you know what? If we're teaching students online, and if I find another way to do it, why do I need so many teachers? I don't need the janitors. I don't need the bus driver. I don't need the security cop. So this so-called online thing at home is going to be a disaster. Watch it. This is not counting the parents who don't even want to be at home teaching. How mom and dad are used to having affairs, drinking in the bar, gambling, and now you're going to have them try to go home and try to teach some kid how to read and write. When they came, the parent probably can't even read and write. Total disaster. Disaster on like the 10x scale coming to you. But don't let that be you, though. If you can get out there and get some work, even if it's making $15 an hour, I know I talk about you warehouse people, but if you make that money, save that money, man. Just don't throw that money in a car. You don't know what's going to happen. This is basically a depression economy. If it weren't for the stimulus, there'd be a disaster. And like this time around, even if there is a stimulus, no one's going to be shopping at Amazon. No one's going to be shopping online. All that stuff is going to come. And now you're going to have to like talk to the people and convince them to spend their money. Watch what I say. And on top of it, I think there's going to be a big shakeup in this warehouse thing. Amazon, I believe, is going to start selling off their routes, because now they've gotten big enough. Like now it's kind of like to do the franchise model. So kind of reduce their risk, but bring more money in. So they're going to start having what I call educational gentrification, where they're going to start getting rid of all the ghetto people. That's what I think. That's my philosophy. It's like, hey, let's get some of these online college students in. They want to make some money, get them in here and stuff. Or they'll have to deal with these kids, can't read, can't write, always complaining of this and that. They're going to be gone. Or the company will say, and Amazon sells the route. You can keep these good educated online college students, or you can just get rid of them and get your own staff. So watch for a shakeup in the warehouse. I don't think that. I think it's hit its peak. It can't go any higher, man. It is what it is now. So whatever goes up comes down. So that's what's about to happen with all the warehouse space. I see them building them. I don't think the volume's there anymore. How can the volume be at 20 million people out of work? You can only shop on. You ain't got no money. Same as shopping in person is the same as shopping online. That's why I said when these positions open up, you want to be able to get out there. $397, $697, $797. Get yourself out the stack. Show yourself valuable. Get you my best videos. Get you my Zoom videos. Get the best things possible to set yourself apart to get that job. It's going to be competitive, man. It's going to get slow, so now it's going to get more competitive. Everyone's going to be back in the workforce, so don't take that money that you're saving and invest it in yourself. You got 20 or 30 million people who won't even invest in themselves. They'll pay more for their dog. I saw a guy yesterday putting foot shoes on his dog. I was in Palm Springs. I mean, people put more attention in the dog than they do on their own education. The dog is putting on little shoe things. I saw that. I was like, what is that, man? But what happens? People just get lost. They give up on themselves and just start wasting money on anything and everything. Anything other than working and doing the right thing. Trying to save money. People just find ways to spend money. The dog. That's like the lady I saw cleaning off the dog's butt. The dog went to the bathroom and the lady's put the towel on the dog's butt and cleaning it. She's homeless. Probably even clean her own butt, but don't clean the dog butt. And then put the dog in the car. She was homeless, trust me. She's living in her car. I know. Been there. But today's just like, hey, I know the world looks like the world is burning up, earthquakes, craziness. But what you got to do now is you got to separate. It's time to separate. You can't complain. You got to get rid of the troublemakers, get rid of the Debbie Downers. Hey, who you can connect with that has the money? That is your philosophy from now until September. Because until then, everything's going to be really slow. If you can get a job, get out there, get that job. Join my channel. I'm going to get 1 million followers. I know it's only 45, but we'll get up to 1 million. 20 million people out of work. I should at least have 10% of them on this channel. But you know how it is when you're asking for money, or hey, this guy's making progress. I ain't going to help him. I'll find a cheaper option. Okay, that's why you're unemployed right now. How does that cheaper option work, man? Or if you are unemployed, what are you doing? What are you willing to do to get back employed? That's the trick, man. That was my mistake when I got laid off in 95. Didn't know how to ask for the money. Didn't know how to keep asking for the money. Didn't know how to ask for the money again. Follow up. Sales skills. Then also I kind of didn't know how to keep that money. Like, hey, I don't need to buy the alcohol for a while. And didn't realize just like this is basically a depression economy. Well, I went to what they call a recession. Mine's usually called by the banks closing. Now yours is closed by everything closing. So that's a big difference. You got a generation of kids that will not know what interest rate is. I won $2 on the lottery trying to use my lottery retirement strategy. And that's the new generation. You're going to have to play lottery, gamble, or even if you invest, you got to have to put that money at risk. And if you don't, luckily, if you put some money at risk, you have the IRS that you can deduct it. But this generation will never know what passive income is, man. Just think what that does to their minds, man. All you know is just to get money. As soon as you get money, you spend money. You won't know how to redirect it unless you have someone higher up tell you, hey, take that money, man. Don't just go buy a car. Don't just go buy a dog. Get a dog. Change this around. Invest that. That's what I want to be to you young people. Even if you're making 15 an hour, hey, you work with me, I bet you we can at least get you an extra 10 to 20% return. But now, because there's no passive income now, you're going to have new strategies. In order to make money now, you got to be more persistent, more educated, and more creative. It can be done. Join my channel. 3, 2, 1. Join my channel, and also have my $100, $1,000 commission programs. Try those. I say if you work a commission program, you got to at least have like $200, $300, $400 saved up in a deposit, an account, because you may have to go 600, 700 calls without making a sale or making a small amount of sales. So you don't quit and need a little extra money for training. Do that. Have that, and then we'll talk about that later. But today, hey, what are you doing? Are you looking for a job? What are you doing to set yourself apart? Hey, do you need to get that car payment paid off quicker so you have more confidence when you interview? And what are you doing to separate yourself? How much money have you invested in yourself? That's what you need to ask yourself today. So those are my questions today. 3 things. What are you doing today to get yourself a job? What are you doing to protect your existing money? 3, just what are you doing to protect yourself until maybe September or October? And if the stimulus thing doesn't come through, what are you going to do? Let me know.